What's up, everybody, and thanks for tuning back into my channel. So this year's Met Gala was full of looks to die for. Looks that can be worn pretty much anywhere if you know how to tweak them and adjust them to your lifestyle. One of my favorites was by Nicki Minaj, who just so happens to also be a Sagittarius. So me and her actually had the same birthday. So that right there already kind of makes her win in my book. But yeah, her look was just super clean, like very polished skin, a nice winged out liner, and then a red lip. Ladies, you cannot go wrong with just picking certain features of your face to just highlight. She played down the eye and really played up the lip, and then your skin, to me, should always be a focus and just have balance between the two. So to learn how to do that look, stay tuned. So I start off every makeup application by prepping the skin, just using any moisturizer, whether you're oily skin or dry skin, depending on the look you want to go for. And we also groom up the brows. So Tatiana has multiple colors that show in her skin. So I'm going to use 3 foundation swatches to figure out her color. A shade I think that's hers, a darker color, and a lighter color. By swatching on the cheek, I can also see if it's going to match her neckline, so this way we have no lines of demarcation. So I now know what color is correct, so I'm going to use a moist beauty blender and start to apply foundation. And I just really want to be able to build up the coverage. So this way I have a lot more control over where I'm getting full coverage, where I'm getting sheer coverage, and where I'm getting medium coverage. So this is just one of my tricks of like building up skin. And if you want less coverage, you can definitely use something that's more sheer. So now with some lighter shades of foundation, I'm going to start to scope out Tatiana's face. So this is a foundation stick by Black Opal, and the color I'm using is Truly Topaz. So we're brightening up underneath the eye. I haven't used any concealer, just foundations. So by highlighting, I'm lifting the face and bringing more light to the face. So if you notice, I'm putting it in areas where light would hit you first. When highlighting, I try to keep the shades as natural as possible. So this is a color that I saw naturally coming out of Tatiana's skin, so I just want to replicate that. So this way the highlights won't look light. So to me, you wouldn't have light without having a shadow, so I never highlight without contouring. So this is another Black Opal stick in a darker color to just create some shape in the forehead, along the cheekbones, and we can also use this color down the nose. But you have to blend. You should not see a contour start, and you should not see a highlight end. It should just seamlessly fade into one another. For the contour for the nose, I just take a little of the product with a sponge and stipple it in. Now with the same beauty blender, we're going to blend out the highlights and blend out the contours. I like using the beauty blender to blend this in because if I have too much product on the skin, there's some foundation left in that sponge that will really help erase it. So now that I have the skin where I want it, I want to start to shape Tatiana's brows. In the middle of this, we also tweezed because there were some hairs that I just wanted out of the way, just to enhance the shape a little bit without making the brow look overdrawn. Now the pencil is just going to add a little bit more dimension and give us a better shape. Every time I fill in, I brush out. This stops the brows from having so much product, and I can really just move it through the hairs. The head of the brow is the most important part, and a lot of people get this part wrong. Use less pressure and hair light strokes and feather. I'm just going to go ahead and set the foundation. I'm using 2 full coverage powder foundations by MAC Studio Fix, a shade that matches our color, and a shade a little bit lighter. So by pressing the foundation into the creams, we can set the foundation so nothing will crease. This will also allow a more matte finish and allow the foundation to last longer. Now using the lighter powder, I'm just going to re-emphasize my highlights and set underneath the eye. This will prevent anything from creasing and shifting, and again, I'm not going to be with this person all day, so I need everything to stay where I put it. So to start my eye makeup, I'm just using a paint pot by MAC to just nude out the eye. This product will help the pigments in the shadow stand out a little bit more and help them last. With the fluffy brush, I just want to blend out my edges. I'm all about seamlessness, so everything just needs to fade. Product placement is really important. So with the flat brush and some eyeshadow, we're going to start to create this backdrop for the liner. And I'm just using nude colors, nothing too loud because the liner and the lash should be the focus. So now with a fluffy brush and a warmer color, we're going to start to just shape out the crease a little bit. Again, I don't really want loud shadows, I just want clean precision. When doing eye makeup, I've learned the hard way. It's easier to build up lighter to go darker versus using really, really dark colors and trying to work backwards. So build up your shadows. Let the colors play off of each other. Now with that lighter foundation powder, I'm just going to shape out the brow and just pop the bone a little bit. This could also be done with shimmer, but I just prefer powder foundations. It just makes it look more natural. So I'm pretty sure any makeup artist can tell you one of the hardest things to do is a symmetrical cat eye. So I'm using a black eyeliner pencil to create my shape first before I go in with the gel. It's a lot easier to just sketch out your shape by making small little dots and connecting them. I never try to go in and just get one clean line because it'll never come out perfect. Now working from the outside, I'm going to create my wing. This is again created by using short, small strokes. So I'm pretty much getting the shape that I want, but I wanted Tatiana to open her eyes so this way I can make sure that it's symmetrical and it's angled properly. And again, you see these constant short little strokes to build up that line. Now we can add the liquid liner. So what's great about doing the black pencil first, it really gives you a guideline, and the liquid is just going to intensify the color, and then you can also intensify the shape. You can make it thicker, you can pull it out longer, but you really just use that pencil to create your guideline so they're symmetrical. Again, I'm using small, short strokes. If you're not comfortable with this, have some Q-tips and makeup remover near, so this way you can clean up your lines, just in case things get messy. Don't forget to open your eyes and look forward into the mirror. To really bring more emphasis to the eye, we're going to use some false lashes. These lashes tend to feather out on the outside, and I didn't pull them all the way to the inner corner. So by pulling them a little bit further outward, we get a lift that also accentuates the cat eye we created. Now we can add some blush. I'm not really a big fan of blush, but it just really helps radiate the complexion. But I kept this pretty sheer. So the key feature to this look was the lip. So the majority of this lip you're going to notice is all done with red lip liner. The liner is going to help any of the lipsticks that I put on top of her lips just stay put. But the liner also creates dimension. It's all about shape when you wear bold colors on your lips and even when you do nudes. But the funny thing is, liners have tons of pigment. So try using a liner by itself and look how much color you'll get off. So now that the lip liner is laid down, I can start to apply some lipstick. This is Ruby Woo by MAC, which is a matte lipstick. This is a great texture to wear for events because matte lipsticks tend to last a little bit longer. But if you wanted to have some pop, try to put a red over this that has a little bit of a frost like I'm about to do, or even just add some gloss if you want to change the texture. I want this lip to be really saturated, so I'm really building up the color and adding more lipstick. So to give the lip a little bit of frost, I'm using a red lipstick with a frosted golden texture to make Tatiana's lips pop and look fuller. So I want a little bit more shine, so I'm using a goldy nude gloss on top of the red to just make it pop some more. So we layered the hell out of this lip and it looks really, really good. And this is how you can wear red lip with a simple black liner.